I'm Malcolm Van Delst, and this is an excerpt from How Low Can You Go, Book 5 in the Do the Wrong Thing series. Last time in How Low Can You Go, I rewrote the Chinese restaurant under the table smoke section. This week, I've rewritten it again. So this chapter is now called Cop Killer. We had the stuff about Ava Anja sitting on the Portuguese restaurant terrace with her roommates and the old punk rocker, and then our cigarettes come from a Chinese diner a few blocks from the Portuguese restaurant. I love going there. Edit. This next section isn't working. I tried to fix it. I really did love, maybe that's overstating it. There was something otherworldly about going into the small, dark eatery for smokes while most people paid inflated drugstore prices for their addiction. Yes, legal drugstore addiction. Haha. But if you knew the right non-mainstream people, you could pollute your lungs and hasten your death at half the price. God, we humans are illogical. Anyway, it was like my photo paper from Emily, ever gone writing me the note to stay on welfare, and now starting at second year at Canada's two best art schools. Not quite the same. Not like destiny, more like an under or overcurrent ran through reality. And if you kept looking for it and didn't give up, you could get on it, be accepted, pulled up, climb up, or some combination of the three. God, dissecting how magic happens destroys it. Anyway, living in the concrete world, but finding places where others bent it to their needs, which also address yours, laws and rules as guidelines. Oh, I was getting into that bubble Mr. Fern showed me in high school, where the artist demigods lived, where absolutes and regulations didn't apply, where I could be crazy, where I already was crazy, sick, where I could dance and laugh like my mother. I haven't captured there are a few good synonyms for magic: mystique, allure, mystery. I'm trying to describe apprehension, wonder, and joy with a bit of belonging while you're not aware of what you're experiencing because it's all new. And as I said earlier, you don't have time for introspection. Oh, and hope, or a glimmer of faith. The French probably have a word for it. Je ne sais quoi. Transcendence, yes, the transcendence of going into the Chinese diner for smokes. Today, like then, if I move, focus, and dig into this writing, it and the need, which is not so much need now, but desire, to share my lonely life with you. It isn't that sad to be alone, really. Anyway, I've completely smashed this next beat by dissembling it, but I don't want to remove it. The price at half what you'd pay in a legitimate store, for sure, but the whole process. You can skip it. I won't mind at all. First, you have to know that the restaurant is there, selling under the table smokes. It's all word of mouth. Second, the Chinese man behind the counter has to trust you. Third, the drama. Fourth, you enter. The little bell above the door rings. It's dark inside, especially if you're visiting midday while the sun is blazing. To your left, a half wall of fake vines separates you from a dining room, while straight ahead, an almost child-sized man sits behind a chipped beige melamine counter with an ancient cash register on it. If you peek past the half wall, you see dark wooden tables with matching chairs sitting amongst red and gold decor, including large fans on the walls and a 3-foot-high ivory-colored dragon sculpture in one corner. Chinese flute music pipes in overhead. You ask the man for Marlboro Lights or unfiltered Camels. Those are the only two choices. You tell him how many packs you want. The grizzled child looks you up and down, stares you in the face to see if you flinch, I suppose, then scrutinizes the area behind you all the way to the sidewalk outside the door. He will always do this, even after you've been a few times. I suppose he suspects you're part of a sting operation by the police, thieves, or a rival gang. Satisfied, with me anyway, he turns and removes the lid from a tan, floral patterned ceramic jar sitting on a shelf behind the cash register, reaches in and pulls out your smokes. Since I only request Marlboro Lights, I don't know if unfiltered Camels reside in the same jar or a different one. You pay him cash if you didn't figure that one out. No credit cards accepted. If you need change, he pings the old cash register open, doesn't enter your purchase details, and grabs it for you. He motions to your purse and mimes putting the packages inside. For men, he mimes putting the packs into pockets. He hands you the cigarettes. If you leave without hiding the packages, he'll never sell to you again. That's what happened to my roommate, Howie.